What up, y'all? It's your boy JB, aka Spoken, and I am here with another thing of unspoken truth. Now check it out. I wanted to touch on something a little different today, about Hollywood sequels. Alright, Hollywood sequels. It's just something a little interesting to touch on, man. I've been noticing lately that a lot of sequels have been coming out lately. Now, don't get it twisted. Sequels been coming out since I was a little boy. Well, shit, even before me. You feel me? But it kind of seems like ever since the 2000s, especially 2010 or 15 plus, it's been nothing but sequels flying every goddamn where. And I ain't hating on nobody's bread, nobody's upcoming, nothing like that. That's just what it is. I can't hate on that. If it works, it works. If it don't, it just don't. But I gotta touch on it just from a consumer and a fan perspective. I kind of feel like Hollywood is getting real lazy, and only because they know when they strike gold with one thing, then they feel like they got to bring it back. I don't know if it's because the attention span of the consumers now. I don't really know if the market is kind of drying up in the movie world, in the in Hollywood. But one thing I can say, I'm gonna say I don't know on that part, but I do know to a certain extent that the movie game is kind of drying up a lot, not a little bit. So let me kind of take that back. And the reason why I say that is because, I audition for movies and stuff like that. I'm not saying I get every audition in the world. I'm not saying that. I don't get every script. But one thing that I have noticed that my agent told me about 2 or 3 years ago, that the movie market is not as booming as it used to be. Because of TV pilots and TV and stuff like that. So, and it's just the internet. The internet is changing everything around. So, I'm going to speak on a broad perspective, and I'm going to speak from a black perspective. First, I'm going to get on the black perspective, all right? As far as black people and the community, and as far as the movies that we love and that we cherish. So let me go ahead and go down a list of movies that's coming out. Guaranteed. I'm gonna just go ahead and just name some sequels. All right, so we got Space Jam 2 coming out. All right, we all know that started with Michael Jordan. We got Set It Off. Set It Off 2 is coming out. Issa Rae is set to be one of the head honchos behind that part 2. House Party is expected to come out. LeBron James is producing it. Now, a producer, I don't know if he's buying the credit or I don't know if he's actually going to be there. But I do know that LeBron James is going to be a part of House Party. And they don't even know if Kid and Play is going to be a part of it yet. So LeBron James is not only doing Space Jam 2, but he's going to do House Party 2. How he gets a part of that, I have no idea. But I do know that lately LeBron has been pushing his narrative of more than just an athlete. So, yeah, this is a good look for athletes, but I'm going to touch on that later. New Jack City 2 is coming out, y'all. Yeah, if y'all didn't know. New Jack City. Coming to America 2 is coming out with Eddie Murphy. Even Eddie touched on it as far as how people are leaving comments and the critics are basically saying, y'all need to leave it alone. Well, you need to do this, you need to do that, change that character, don't bring this person back. Basically, a lot of people are kind of shitting on the fact that we getting it Coming to America 2 because they feel like that's just a straight classic that shouldn't be touched. And I'm going to name some things that's already been out. Jumanji, that started with Robin Williams. When I saw that with Kevin Hart and The Rock, I didn't even click it because I just don't feel like that should be touched, especially with the great late Robin Williams, man. Creed 2, when that came out, I ain't hear nobody talking about that. Now, I will say one movie that's coming out as a sequel that I do want to see, and I love part 1 and I love part 2, but I will say this: I didn't click the trailer only because I just wasn't as excited as I used to be when I was younger, and that's Bad Boys 3. I haven't seen the trailer. I heard a lot of people say that it's dope, and I was actually vouching for the movie. I actually want to see a Bad Boys, part 3. But it's just the fact that so many sequels are coming out, it's kind of diluting my interest. So I'm now going to name some movies that's actually coming out, that's announced, guaranteed, that's either announced, guaranteed, or it's just in the talks. So Austin Powers is coming out again. Austin Powers 4, Avatar 2 and 3 is in the works. Hancock 2, iRobot, Who Framed Roger the Rabbit. How many of y'all remember Roger the Rabbit? God damn, that came from the 90s. All right. Beetlejuice 2. Indiana Jones is coming back out. Rush Hour 4 is coming back out. Beverly Hills Cop, that's in the works, or it's either guaranteed, I don't know yet. Dodgeball 2, Bad Boy, Kill Bill 3, and I gotta leave this one last because y'all know I'm in this movie. The Heat 2. Oh shoot, they gonna come out with another Heat. Nah, that's not confirmed. It's just in the talks right now. And actually, Sandra Bullock, I remember her saying this when I was on set for The Heat. She specifically said that she doesn't really like doing sequels because when she did, well, I'm not gonna put that out there. I'm not gonna put it out there because maybe I might get in trouble for saying this shit. But she said she didn't like doing sequels like that. All right, this is what came out of her mouth. I'm not gonna go any further because I ain't trying to fuck up my shot. But yeah. So the first thing I really want to get on as far as sequels on the black side is Set It Off, bro. Set It Off in Space Jam. Man, look, man, I love LeBron, in his game, and I love his brand and everything. I love what he represents, but I honestly cannot see myself loving this movie just as much as I loved it when Michael Jordan was a part of that. LeBron couldn't even get all the players that MJ could call out back then. And there's a lot of players that kind of beef with LeBron anyway, and they're kind of jealous of his spot. But yeah, he doesn't have the strings, as he can't pull strings just as much as MJ did when he was in his prime or when he was actually playing ball. So that's something I honestly don't want to see. Now, one thing particularly I want to touch on is Issa Rae. Issa Rae is one of the head honchos behind Set It Off 2. And I feel like that is so much of a classic. Why even bring that back now? Don't get it twisted. I've met Issa. We actually came into the game together on YouTube. When she started YouTube, I started YouTube. When she was dropping shorts and stuff like that, I was dropping shorts. So I kind of feel like I can speak on this because one thing I do not like, and like I say, I ain't ishing on our sister. She can go get her money. But one thing I do not like is the fact that it's already hard enough as it is, and this ain't her fault. It's already enough. It's already enough as it is, hard enough as it is for a lot of creators to get their scripts out there. And I'm one of the living testaments. You know what I'm saying, out here. I can honestly say that I pitched a lot of my ideas and scripts to Hollywood and they didn't get picked up. Now, I'm not saying, it's just all about me. I'm just speaking from a creator standpoint. It's extremely hard for creators to get their scripts out there. And don't get it twisted, their scripts get picked up every day, probably every month, every year. Especially with Netflix and all this stuff flying around, with more opportunities being given. But the fact that I'm seeing so many different sequels, especially with something like a Set It Off, I would expect for Issa Rae not to even touch this. Leave that for somebody else who's gonna catch that heat, catch that fire, because I can damn for sure you and promise you that people aren't gonna fuck with that Set It Off too. They just not, man. With Queen Latifah, Vivica Fox, Jada Pinkett, man, look, man, I don't see that ever being replaced. And the way Queen Latifah went out in that movie, when she pulled out her strap, when she was smoking that cigarette and popped open that door and started spraying at the cops, and she didn't get a chance to get all her licks off, and they killed her right in the middle of the road, and Jada got away because her brother died, man. It just ain't gonna get no better than that, man. It just ain't gonna get no better than that, man. But from a creator standpoint, I would expect Issa to just keep creating and keep creating original stuff, because the game is already diluted as it is. And it seems like Hollywood, the way it works, it's only so small. They don't really like to let too many people up in there, especially in the admin department. People who are writers or people who are directors and producers and stuff like that, they kind of keep that stuff kind of sacred. They keep it airtight because you have to be a part of those circles. You have to be SAG. You have to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And that's just how it is, man. So with the game being so diluted, I didn't expect for Issa to even touch that especially knowing where she come from. She come from YouTube, and she started off with her Awkward Black Girl. She was doing that type of stuff on YouTube before, so I did not see that part coming. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say to the future creators, I'm not gonna say don't touch any sequels, but be mindful and be careful about how you touch these things, because you already know, especially with black folks, we ain't gonna let you breathe, especially if we feel like it's a big ass classic and it just can't be revamped. Some things just need to be left untouched. You feel me? Just don't even touch it. Let it be a classic. Let it breathe forever, because when you touch it again, it's gonna just fuck it all up, and that's just what I got to say, man. So the way Hollywood works is, I kind of feel that to the knowledge that I know, to my knowledge, I kind of feel that Hollywood, they're only sharing their money amongst the people who they let in. They're not really trying to find new people to give the money to. And it can be a messed up game sometimes, and I do think that they need to be more mindful about being open-minded about scripts coming in, because there's a bunch of creators out here running around all on the internet, and I'm not just talking about the people making skits. I'm not even talking about them at all. I'm talking about as far as writers and producers and directors and stuff like that, but mainly writers. There are so many dope writers out here moving to LA every single day, and I feel like they don't get as much as a shot as the talent do. That's just my opinion, and I think my opinion is a fact, actually. So that's where I want to see the game go, man. I want to see the game evolve. I can't tell you how many times I done took my script to Lionsgate in different networks, in different studios, and I got disapproved just for a relationship game. Now go back and look at relationship game short film. That got denied. The movie got denied. That movie is still sitting in my laptop. You know what I'm saying? And I got many other movies, that I actually came out with that I tried to pitch, but not a lot of movies I tried to pitch, but I pitched a great number of them. So man, I just wish that Hollywood would be more open-minded when it comes to accepting new writers, man, and new ideas, and stop trying to shove sequels down our throats. Now, I'm not saying all sequels are bad, because there are a lot of good sequels out here. But at the same time, though, man, when it's already a classic, it's just a classic. So I'm pretty sure y'all gonna ask me, so what about the Heat 2? Would you go do that? You goddamn right I'm gonna do it. That's why I said at the very beginning, I'm not ishing on nobody's bread. Hell yeah, I'm finna go do it. I was one of the main people in it. Hell yeah, I'll go goddamn do that movie. But it doesn't take away from what I feel, as far as a consumer and a fan of other movies and stuff like that. So this is why I can't even ish on especially the main characters of any movie for coming back. They trying to come back and get that bread. That's just what it is. Shit, let Paul Feig call me and be like, JB, we want you back in the Heat. All right, bet, when you need me. That's just what it is. But as far as a writer's point of view and accepting new talent, I feel like Hollywood has to do better at that, man. It's only so long Hollywood is going to go until that shit collapse. And, these creators going to be out here running shit. It's only so long, and we're walking into that time right now. As a matter of fact, we're here right now. And from a black point of view, I like the Ryan Cooglers. I like the Spike Lees. I like the Tyler Perrys. And I like the Will Packers, but we need to have more brothers and sisters out here. And I even like the Shonda Rhimes, and before Issa Rae got her big break, she was working with Shonda Rhimes. So that was dope just for Shonda to even put her under her wings when she was just a straight creator from YouTube, because a lot of Hollywood people that's already in the game, they're not respecting our gift. They're not respecting our talents and what we really bring to the table, unless you was just really in those circles. And when you get in those circles, man, you kind of gotta just play the game a little bit until you can really get your shot. I mean, look at Jordan Peele, if I'm saying his name right. When he did it, look how many years it took him to do Key and Peele in order for him to get his true shot with that movie Get Out. And it was another movie that it came out with. I think it was called I forgot what it was called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But look how long it took him to play the game just to become a legit writer. You know what I mean? A legit writer out here, just for them to accept his script. I'm pretty sure he was pitching stuff way back then, but it wasn't getting picked up because they wanted him to do Key and Peele, and it was hot at the time. And yeah, that's just what it is, man. So I hope that Hollywood takes this into consideration. I'm not dissing nobody. Shout out to everybody out there that's working hard to put these projects together. But we do want to see some original stuff. We want to see some original faces, some original talent. And we tired of seeing the same people, bro. We tired of seeing the same people. I understand these people are credible. They're making names for themselves. But look, each and every year, it need to be an increase by at least 30% or 20%. You know, of just new faces, so we can just, you know, so we won't be so dried out. I feel like the game is getting kind of dry, and the fans and the consumers, we can feel it. So hey man, it's your boy JB, aka Spoken. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe, and also too, man, visit my SpokenReasonsTV.com. It's, you know, become a member. I got exclusive stuff coming out over there that's already out, as a matter of fact, and the launch date is somewhere near early October. So you can become a member right now if you want to see all my exclusive stuff, all my exclusive content, and you want to get 20% off all of my stores. So yeah, go ahead and holler at your boy. It's your boy JB, aka Spoken, and I'm out.